of the delusion of man, we have this gentleman saying the most ass backward shit I've heard in the last 24 hours. Men are not problem solvers by and large. Men create problems. How can we be the people who create all the problems or the majority of the problems and also be problem solvers? Like, what the you guys, use your minds, use your brains, okay? Think about a problem in your life that you're having right now. Like, I'll take an example. Like, I'll give you one. Money. Everybody has a problem with money. Am I correct? Who created these financial institutions? Who created this system, the monetary system? Who created it? Who also created it to be extremely unfair and inequitable? Men. So would it make any logical sense to say that if a man solves this problem, that men are problem solvers when it was men who created the fucked up system to begin with? No, that doesn't.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Black Universal Media. Here with me, Kwabena Bibini, you can call me DJ for the public enemy who has no one. Once again, we are here to expose this feminist mindset, feminist poison, feminist virus. And it gets sad when the feminist is not a female. At least if a female feminist is talking like this, I can forgive and sometimes close my eyes and move on. But when it is a man, at a time where there's crisis for men globally, when I say globally, I'm referring to Western countries and Western influenced countries. Yes, because I know sometimes people will ask you, are in Africa? Yes, I'm in Africa, Ghana, West Africa to be precise. Yes, some of the problem Western men are going through, or the Western society is going through, we are experiencing a minute versions of it here. Just that it's just a matter of time if we don't start programs like this to caution our people, it might get worse. And it will be worse because we don't have the incentives that the Western countries, people in the Western countries have. So this brother, I was scrolling to TikTok and I saw his page talking about why men should stop having programs about paternity fraud. Because the number of women who are practicing or perpetrating paternity fraud against men are not that much. That is number one. Two, instead of having shows that talks about how women are perpetrating paternity fraud, we should rather having shows talking about women that are essayed. You see their backwards logic? Yes, there has been shows talking about domestic violence, essay, and rape, and all of that for more than 50 years. Shows that expose female promiscuity and the crimes like paternity fraud are just new. Are barely a decade. You understand? I'm not saying we shouldn't talk about essay, we shouldn't talk about DV and all of that. But that does not stop us from talking about paternity fraud. But before that, let's listen to this brother arguing. And when I went to his platform, I saw that he is there just to pander towards women. And you know, it's not easy to be a content creator, especially when you want to solve societal problems. It's not easy. You have to be creative and have a purpose. And when some of these people don't have purpose and they're not creative, they just look at the easy way out. Oh, when you pander to women, you get on TikTok, you get gifts easily and you get views easily. So let me do that. And that's what this guy is doing. Saying and arguing that men are naturally, and this has been perpetrated by people like the queen makers and the rest and all the feminists, that men are actually not problem solvers. We are problem creators. No, because you are a man, and instead of putting on your male thinking cap, you decide to put on a female head or brain. And I've always said in most of my videos, a woman's brain can help a woman to succeed no matter what. But a man putting on female brain will suffer in life. How are you going to suffer? You're going to suffer disgrace, public disgrace, like this one. How does somebody creating money becomes a problem? And they have this mentality of, oh, if we didn't have the so-called patriarchy and we are living in nature, we don't have to pay for anything. It's not true. We've been paying for things ever since. If you run and chase an animal to kill it, you pay for it. That is why I can't wait. Myself, I can't wait to have my book, Why Unconditional Love Does Not Exist, come out. There's not a single thing that we do in life that we don't pay a price for. There's not a single thing that we get from people that we don't pay a price for. That is how nature is. That's why when you fall down a tree, you have to plant a new one to replace it. Other than that, time is coming, you're not going to have trees to do anything. Okay? So this brother is vehemently opposing the idea that men are problem solvers. And I went onto his live show and said that yes, now paternity fraud is even coming into Ghana. Is becoming one and many. So there are shows where men take their paternity test and they expose this woman. And I was about to say that the only way to stop all of this nonsense is for us to bring the culture of shame back. The culture of consequences. We need to bring it back. And this brother will not have it. He's saying that now men are spreading patriarchy around the world. If we have a show in Ghana that deals with paternity fraud, then we are practicing patriarchy here. Well, for your information, men have been leading in so many ways to benefit women, children, and everyone. And we practice meritocracy. We have other shows that dignifies women in Ghana and around the world. So we need to have other shows that expose this wicked, evil woman as well. But let's listen to his argument, saying that men are not problem solvers. Let's listen to him.
Of the delusion of man, we have this gentleman saying the most ass backward shit I've heard in the last 24 hours. Men are not problem solvers by and large. Men create problems. How can we be the people who create all the problems or the majority of the problems and also be problem solvers? Like, what the you guys.
So this brother at his age do not understand economics, how things work, how as people we use little to acquire more. So he sees the fact that someone sat down to create the money system that you have to work to get it. These are the people who say they are tired of working. And anytime you see a man saying, I'm tired of working, what he's trying to say is that he does not accept being a man. So this is an apologetic man, a man that is apologetic. He feels sorry for being a man. Okay, these are the men that they wish women can take care of them like men take care of women. And if that is not happening, then we should have a world where you don't have to lift a finger and get everything you want. Bro, it does not happen like that in the real world. In the real world, life does not go like that. Okay, I have a segment on my Men's Voice podcast show where we discuss what makes you a man. What is the difference between a man and a woman? And I say that any man who have not come to terms and accepted the fact that being a man is difficult, being a man is lonely, being a man is tough and rough, until a man accepts this as the reality of a man, you can never be happy. It is the only man that has accepted the things that I mentioned as being part of what makes you a man that will begin to enjoy life as a man. Any man that complains, is peeved, is being apologetic of being a man because the life of a man is lonely most of the time, is difficult, it's rough and tough. Any man that bitch about this thing, you will live a sorrowful, miserable life most of your life. But the man that understands that this is part of what makes me a man, I've embraced it. Don't think about it again, and then work. Because it is when we go through the hard work and sometimes smart work to acquire things that will make this life easier, that is where we become happy. So as a human being, from the day you were born to the day you die, if it's all about somebody or all the things you want being available for you, you'll not even appreciate it. You will not even enjoy it. We appreciate things because it wasn't easy to get. And let me take this to say this opportunity to say that I did a video discussing this notion of Africans from the continent, when they go to the US, they don't respect African Americans. That's not the case. Okay? Over here, when we say in Africa, an African man is hustling and struggling, it's ground zero. So when an African man gets to the US, he sees opportunity everywhere, which is something that I wish some, and I use it carefully, some of my African American brothers and sisters will see it that way. Yes, I know it is difficult being in a country where your ancestors were used to build from scratch, and you are treated the way you are being treated. But for me, looking at my brothers who live in the US, who come from Ghana, Africa, Nigeria, and all of that, with the mentality that we have, because also on the continent of Africa, in Ghana, the same thing that those ancestors were taken there to go and do, they did a similar thing to us, but in a different form. They colonized us. And the colonization changed a whole lot of things. And up to date, even in Ghana right now, our government still respond to the American government, which is not making life easy for us here. Okay, so when these Ghanaians and Nigerians get to the US, they are not there to look at racism. They are there to look at what opportunity exists. Let me take it, go back to my country. Would I be happy if Ghanaians and Nigerians go to America and then collaborate with the African Americans to fight certain systems? Yes. But unfortunately, both those Ghanaians, those Africans on the continent, and those African Americans in the US have not come to create a platform where we learn about each other, to see where everyone is coming from. So we always misunderstand each other. We got to know about the African Americans through gangster movies, so we think that they are all about gun violence and all of that, which is not the case. They also got to know us through NGOs and other means. And I've done a video on that, so I will not go back there. But for a brother at this age to complain about the monetary system, this is sad. For a brother at this age to complain about men creating money, the money system, it is sad. These are the people that the feminists have told that there's this utopian world where man don't have to work and will get everything. No. No. That is why the cavemen in Africa, when they were getting tubers and food naturally from the wild, at a point they started domestication and agriculture. Because if you take and you don't replace it, that is work. And those who created the monetary system, they only created value. Because anything we human beings do not value, we misuse it. So my brother, there's nothing wrong with men creating money. And men are naturally problem solvers. I have a video here where somebody was also arguing that men are not born providers, because we don't do it effortlessly. When we do, we provide, we complain. Yes, anything, when you do something for people and they don't appreciate you, you have to complain. So let's listen to him.
Guys, use your minds, use your brains, okay? Think about it.
Look at somebody calling on others to use their minds and their brains. Wow.
Problem in your life that you're having right now. Like, I'll take an example. Like, I'll give you one. Money. Everybody has a problem with money. Am I correct? Who created these financial institutions? Who created this system, the monetary?
Well, I don't have problem with money. No, I do not have problem with money. Not literally like sometimes I don't like money. No, but I don't see it as a problem. It is something that I have to work to fix, period. Okay, so you waking up and visiting the washroom to poo-poo, to bath, to brush, then that's also a problem. My brother, go and learn your logic well. Your logic is too weak. I'm not expecting this from you as a man or as a human being in general. Sorry.
Who created it? Who also created it to be extremely unfair and inequitable? Men. So would it make any logical sense to say that if a man solves this problem, that men are problem solvers when it was men who created the fucked up system to begin with? No, that doesn't make sense. Use your mind. Let's take...
It doesn't make sense because you have not developed your mind to the standard where you see this sense as a normal thing. These are the people that wish that, oh, Bill Gates and Elon Musk should put their money together and share to everyone and we'll all be fine. No, you won't be fine. Many of you don't know how to turn around money. So if two of the billionaires come together and then they share their money to you, you come back broke in three years, or just some of you one year, some of you in a month, because you do not understand how to create money. You have to create it, and that is not a problem. That's an opportunity for you to distinguish yourself. There are some aspects of our life as human beings that need to be competitive. It's as simple as that. There's nothing wrong about that. Brother, continue.
Interpersonal example. In the home, who is doing the majority of the labor? Women. They're solving all the problems in the house.
This brother only exists on social media in content creation just to pander to women. Look, in 2024, what kind of job are women doing? You live in America, in Ghana, most homes have washing machines, blenders. What are you talking about? What exactly are you talking about? That in the home, more the labor. I don't even call it labor. Because if you compare the kind of work our mothers did in our homes to the work our sisters are doing today, I don't call it labor. Some home have everything. Some men have nannies, have cooks for their wives. So what are you talking about? Bro, Stop this.
Making sure everybody gets all their needs met at all times. They got their fucking fingers on the pulse of the house at all times. And not because they want to, it's because we won't.
So until a woman is attached to a man, don't they cook? Don't they clean in the house? When a woman is cooking and cleaning for herself, that one is not a problem. But when a woman cook and clean and it benefits a man, that one is a problem. And listen to one of the most frivolous statements she's going to make. Listen.
Because they want to do it, they just step up and do it. Because if they didn't, who would? Also, the majority of the problems in a relationship.
And look at the way he's turning his eyes like a thief. Someone who has sneaked into an area, a room, want to steal and looking if somebody is coming.
Are men driven by men. And then women try to help men heal themselves so that they can the house at all times. And not because they want to, it's because we won't. And it's not because they want to do it, they just step up and do it. Because if they didn't, who would? Also, the majority of the problems in a relationship are men driven by men.
You are a blatant liar. Majority of the problems in relationship are caused by men. No, it was not caused by men. Just did a video. I uploaded it today. The title is very soon. There will be no man on earth. I think that's the thumbnail. And I think the title is Men Are the Reason Why Lesbian Relationships Don't Last. These are the men who believe that even when a woman marries a woman and they divorce, it is the problem of a man. In 2024, now we have data to prove that when women are in a relationship with themselves, they destroy themselves than when they are in a relationship with men. And you are here saying that most of the relationship problems are caused by men. Bro, and men, we need to be careful about these weak men. This is a typical example of weak man who sing the praises of women no matter what. Go ahead.
All times. And not because they want to, it's because we won't. And it's not because they want to do it, they just step up and do it. Because if they didn't, who would? Also, the majority of the problems in a relationship are men driven by men. And then women try to help men heal themselves so that they can then stop creating all.
Tell me how women help men to heal themselves. Tell me. Everything that men have to do in a relationship to be attractive to a woman, men, we do majority of it before we even get closer to women, to be accepted, to be seen, recognized and accepted and being selected. This is sickening.
Unnecessary problems within the relationship. And this is not every man and every woman. Of course, there's some great problem-solving men out there for sure. But I'm talking about, as a group, men are not the quote-unquote problem solvers. That's just another way of saying men are more logical than women when if you know.
So anything that naturally is attributed, not just attributed, naturally belongs to men, this guy wants to debate it, okay? This guy wants to debate it. This is funny. This is really, really funny. But guys, if you've been able to watch up to this point, do well to subscribe. If you have not subscribed, do well to subscribe. Leave your comment, share the video, and click the notification button and like the video so that the algorithms will push it for people to learn, and also know that such people do exist. Okay, their job is to just pander to women, and that's it. Men are born naturally to be problem solvers, but they need to be trained. They need to go through a training. They need to live under certain atmosphere, environment that is living under the training, the tutelage of an initiated, strong man. It's a responsible man. And for the past 50 years, a lot of men have grown up from being a child, a teenager, an adult male without the covering of a man. So yes, if some men don't have problem solving skills, I will not agree with that. But above, across board, across the world, men are problem solvers. And as a matter of fact, men love to naturally want to solve problems in society. So brother, stop this. You are not the only one who know things, who have studies, who can assess things and understand things. You are not. You are only exhibiting your weakness and your lack of understanding of how the word works, how human beings acquire things we want in life. Guys, I'll leave it here. We'll meet again.